Pep Guardiola just halted an entire press conference, stone-faced and trembling, refusing to answer a single question about football after receiving news that Lionel Messi's father, Jorge Messi, has passed away. Witnesses inside the press room watched in utter silence as the Manchester City boss abandoned his tactical notes, visibly breaking down as he delivered a raw, unfiltered tribute to the man who built football's greatest icon. At the same time, Real Madrid and the entire global football community have set aside decades of hatred to mourn alongside Leo, while FC Barcelona launches a desperate, high-stakes €120 million war plan to pull off the most controversial transfer of the decade. If you stand with Leo Messi during his darkest hour, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on notifications, and leave your prayers for the Messi family in the comments below. Behind the boardroom doors in Spain, a massive geopolitical earthquake is ripping through La Liga. FC Barcelona has completely scrapped its traditional transfer playbook in a relentless, all-out offensive to snatch Argentine striker Julian Alvarez directly from Atletico Madrid. Clock ticks are echoing across Catalonia, financial regulations are suffocating the club, yet Deco and Joan Laporta refuse to surrender. In a secret summit inside the Spanish capital, Deco met face-to-face with Fernando Hidalgo, the player's official representative. According to explosive leaks published by Spanish outlet AS, that meeting sparked an immediate shift in tactics. The public war of words is over. Barcelona and Alvarez have officially transitioned to a strategy of quiet, internal infiltration. Alvarez has agreed to completely kill his public pressure campaign. No more cryptic media answers. No subtle hints on social media. Instead, the World Cup winner is marching straight into Atletico's training facilities to execute a quiet internal coup. Simeone and chief executive Miguel Ángel Gil Marín are preparing for an uncomfortable, closed-door confrontation. Alvarez plans to look both men in the eye and deliver an uncompromising message. His cycle at Atletico is finished, and his only acceptable destination is FC Barcelona. Money, however, remains the ultimate deciding factor. Atletico's hierarchy understands the toxicity of keeping an unhappy superstar inside a divided locker room, but they will not be bullied into a bargain sale. Having already seen their initial €100 million approach firmly rejected, Barcelona's board is preparing a final, game-changing package worth €120 million. They are testing Atletico's resolve, forcing them to honor a gentleman's agreement made to the player. The transfer market is on the verge of total collapse. August 8, 2026 will forever be remembered as the day football lost one of its most vital behind-the-scenes figures. Jorge Messi, the supreme foundation, constant protector, and devoted father behind Lionel Messi's legacy, passed away at the age of 68 in Rosario, Argentina. To the sports world, Jorge was a negotiator managing multi-million-dollar contracts behind closed doors. But to football history, he was the courageous factory worker who packed up his family over 20 years ago, boarded a flight to Spain with a frail 13-year-old boy suffering from a growth hormone deficiency, and built an impenetrable shield against every critic who said his son was too small to survive. Rivalries dissolved instantly across every continent as news of his passing spread. Argentine Football Association President Claudio Tapia released an emotional public letter declaring, "Thank you, Jorge, not only for giving our world its greatest player, but above all, for raising a human being defined by humility, dignity, and deep values. Your legacy remains etched into the history of our sport." Even Real Madrid put aside generations of bitter rivalry, releasing an official statement of condolence to Leo and his family. The entire sport paused, setting the stage for Pep Guardiola to deliver the most powerful press conference address of his lifetime. Reporters had gathered inside the press room expecting standard talk about squad rotation, tactics, and league tables. But as Pep Guardiola adjusted his microphone, he set his papers aside, took a shaky breath, and stripped away the illusion of professional sports. "Hello, everyone. I know why you are sitting here today. You came for answers about squad rotation, about tactical systems, and about the math of winning football matches. But I stand before you today completely incapable of speaking about the pitch. Believe me, no tactical plan, no matchday preparation, and no trophy on this earth matters today. Nothing compares to the news we received regarding Jorge Messi's passing. the news of Leo's father leaving us. Strip away the noise, and you realize Jorge Messi wasn't just managing contracts behind desk doors. Far from it. He was the immovable root of football's greatest story. I am not speaking to you today as a manager who coached Lionel, or as a tactical rival. I speak as a human being who saw firsthand what that family sacrificed. We coaches like to fool ourselves. We stay up through long nights studying film, trying to convince our egos that our tactical schemes create genius. But throughout my years with Leo at Barcelona, I realized a simple, undeniable truth. A manager can alter how a man plays the game, but only a father guards his soul. Forget the corporate titles. Jorge was Leo's human shield. He absorbed the brutal toxicity of early fame, the pressure of a demanding media, and the suffocating isolation of a child pulled away from his home country to live in a foreign city. When Leo arrived in Catalonia, small, quiet, and terrified, Jorge was his sanctuary. I still remember watching Jorge stand silently near the touchline at La Masia. He watched every single practice drill with the devotion of a loving father and the fierce eyes of a bodyguard. Without Jorge's absolute refusal to surrender during those terrifying early years of medical treatments and doubts, the legend we call Lionel Messi does not exist today. Jorge was the unseen engine behind every piece of magic we witnessed. Qatar saw Leo touch the sky when he lifted the World Cup, but very few people recognized the quiet heartbreak he carried behind his eyes during those years. Even in his moments of absolute glory, Leo knew his father's health was fading. He carried that heavy emotional weight every single day. Defeats on the pitch are temporary. You lose a final, you mourn, and you train again. But losing the man who laid your very foundation leaves a void that no number of Ballon d'Ors or stadium chants can ever fill. Before you celebrate the goals and the trophies, remember the man who sacrificed his life in the shadows so his sun could shine. Rest in peace, Jorge. Your mission is complete, and your gift to this world will never be forgotten. Jorge Messi's legacy will echo every single time Lionel Messi touches a football on that pitch. Tell us your favorite memory of Lionel Messi's journey, and leave your personal message for Leo and his family in the comment section below. Let's show the Messi family the true unity of the football world. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more deep narrative football coverage. Thank you for watching, and take care.